Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Wednesday night studio update from here at the SITREP podcast. We have a lot to go over that I wanted to spend some time with you doing some catch up. As you know, we will have our regularly scheduled podcast recording this Saturday, but because I wanted to get out some information in the meantime, I wanted to make sure that you had the latest and greatest so you can check out our new website and other things. So I wanted to just spend a little bit of time with you and go over a few things. So let me jump right in. So as you can see, this is our new website. So the website can be found at www.thesitreppodcast.com, and you will see it's set up with everything you need for the most part. We're still tweaking some pages here and there, but I thought we'd spend a little bit of time going over the new website. It's pretty nice and professionally polished, and let you guys check it out. So the first thing is you will see this is the home page, the title page. And again, the web address is thesitreppodcast.com. Make sure you put the in there because you might come up with something else. But when you get to the first page, obviously we have our banner here. We can probably update that at some point, but I do kind of like this muted radio thing here. And Vorpalbite, welcome to Wednesday night stream. When you scroll down the page, you have our recent episodes. So everything that we upload from our podcast recording software automatically updates to our webpage. So, guys, we're giving you a one-stop shop here for everything related to the SITREP podcast. So it will take you through everything. We also have blog posts, and I'll go through all those. But here you can see, you can subscribe here. Mr. James Johnson is in the house, Mr. Oriskany himself. So you can sign up here to get on the email list. And when you subscribe, I can tell you there's going to be a special members bonus or discount from a manufacturer. So more to come there. But every link that we have on some of our majors, so if you prefer to listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever, they're all right here. So going back up, you click on the episode page, and obviously it's every episode of the podcast. So the entire library, it's all right here for you guys. So I think that's pretty awesome. You can click on it; it'll bring you right to the page. So you know, no matter where you go, if you remember thesitreppodcast.com, you can find all our podcasts right here on this website. You go to videos. This links us to our YouTube channel. So as you can see, here's Jim's and a friend of ours, Andrew's. And they played some Valor and Victory this past Sunday, so their video is right here. So you can watch it directly on our webpage or go to our YouTube channel. You can help us out immensely by making sure you're subscribing and liking that, the like button, as you hear everybody say, on the YouTube channel. But all our videos are right here for you as well. So it's all set up very nicely. And then again, you'll get like the video version of our podcast. And this is the live video I did 2 weeks ago now, where I painted the chieftain from Plastic Soldier Company for Battle Group North Hag. So that's all those. And Chris, welcome to the stream. We were kind of hinting about possible partnerships and things, discounts in the near future. And Vorpalbite says, sorry, I've got the logo in the way. Hold on a second. I'm going to actually get rid of the logo because it's covering our... Oh, no, I can read the chat right here. Jen's in the house. Welcome, Jen. Vorpalbite says, I'm exclusively a miniatures game. Well, we're going to talk about that tonight, too, because... Let me get rid of the overlay because it is... blocking up our chat window there, and I want everybody to see the chat window. I had somebody reach out to me and some questions about something. So we're going to talk about that a little bit as well. So again, you can see very polished, nice website, brings everything together. About right now, not much to it. I'm going to spend a little bit more time working on this and updating in this. We'll probably this will be where you will see the team pictures, Bill, SITREP 6, and give a little bio, and Jim a bio, and Marty a bio, the crew. And then we have our blog page. And I'm really excited about an official blog page because, as you can see, I've already put a couple things here. I put Jim's thing here for his weekend of gaming this past Sunday. I'm looking forward to see what Jim puts in here. I'm giving Jim a canvas. The Oriskany blogs, right? The annals of Oriskany, something like that. If he's got a hankering to write something about certain conflict, battle, tank, whatever, he'll be able to throw it here. It's open to anybody, actually. So what we're going to do is you can contact us, and I'll show you how to do that. And if you want to write up an article or something, you can send it to us on an email, and I'll make sure you guys have our email addresses because we have our own email addresses, and we will post it here in the blog pages. So, and we will credit you, and we might send you out a nice token gift if it's a really well done. We see you put a lot of time and energy into, but we want the voices. So we want you guys to voice out here. So Vorpal White says, I can't find players. The Sunday cast is my only game fix these days. Well, Vorpal White, I know you're close to where we're at, so hopefully here when things start calming down a little bit, we can do a gaming, we're going to do a Dead President's Weekend, gaming weekend in February. We'll put a page up for that here when I get it built. But so you'll see our blogs here. And we're making this open to other people as well. Jim says, a blank canvas for Oriskany. Oh, you may regret that. Just kidding. No, that we want to see some of that really good writing. I'll be honest with you. Jim does an excellent video series called The Op Center. Extremely awesome. Probably some of our most popular videos on our YouTube page. But I do miss some of his articles he used to do. And he does some really great write-ups on our Discord channel. But we both wrote articles for Beast of War. And it'd be nice to be able to do that again in our own atmosphere, our own world, if you will. So we can go from there. So that's our blog page. Register as a guest. So if you or somebody you know would like to come on the podcast as a guest, this is where you do that at. And hey, we're so official now. We even have an agreement and release, legal stuff, right? But basically, so if you're a company, say you're a game producer and you want to come on the show, this is where you would do it. You can send us pictures of the thing. And so for Chris out there, because I know Chris reaches out to a lot of game companies, and we've talked about getting some people on. This is where we need to direct them to sign up to be a guest so we can officially schedule them for a recording. I know sometimes, depending on part of the world they're in, it may be hard for them to join us live on the podcast recording. So we would have to set up a time where we can come in and just do a recorded interview and meld that into our podcast, or make it a separate episode in of itself, depending. If it's something really big and awesome, we do that. So that's where you do here. Register as a guest. Now, this is something I'm particularly proud of. So, which is funny because, over almost 2 weeks now, I messaged the team and said, I'm taking a week off. I'm walking away. I'm going to disconnect from the internet and anything related to the podcast and gaming and etc. I did more stuff while I walked away than I do not when I'm active. I built the website. I mean, I didn't code it or anything. It was a template, but it it's designed for podcasts, and I found it works amazingly well. And if you link on what we call the supply room, it takes you to our new merch store. So, and you will see different items that you can purchase. So we have the SITREP podcast logo wear. Eventually, we'll get back to printing our own shirts in-house. I just wanted something that I could put together real quick to get people, some materials. The prices aren't bad, and the nice thing is that these can be shipped from either the United States or the EU. So if you're on the other side of the planet, you can order it, and you can pick the denomination, and also you can have it shipped from the EU. So hopefully that'll cut down on shipping. So as you can see, we have our awesome new logo. Sorry to hear, Chris. I'm getting lots done as I'm home for a bit. The wife got COVID. That's terrible. And that's right. Buy merch. So we're going to have all kinds of designs. I just went with our standard logo that we've been doing. I mean, you've got all kinds of nice things. And this, you can't even see. I got to get rid of this one. But, sweatshirt. I've got stuff coming in. It's supposed to be here any day now. Got a nice tumbler. And then, of course, you have to have your official Ariskany mugs and logo wear. So we have the SITREP podcast with the long story short. Unfortunately, right now they don't offer shot glasses. We will get there. But you have the tumbler, the stainless tumbler, the water bottles, then the official Jim Ariskany glass. And now we offer full color logo wear as well. So you can get the full color pint glass. You can get the full color t-shirt. You can get the full color mug. And more stuff coming. So that's where we're at right now, and I've got stuff coming. I can't wait to see what it looks like. But do you sell dice cups? Currently, no, but we sell dice bags. But that's a separate thing. I have Annie, who no longer has a company. She closed her company, but she said she would still do some items for us if we wanted some items from Cozy Dice over in England. But we can get dice bags if anybody is interested in those. So that is our supply room. So buy merch, help support us, because every little bit counts. So you go back, and we have reviews. And believe it or not, we actually had FF Medic. So I'm assuming that's Firefighter Medic. This is back from 2019. This is off at Apple. One of the best. If you're into modern war gaming and history, this is your podcast. It's a great crew of characters. So thank you to Firefighter Medic 13. We appreciate that. So guys, if you are able to, we would appreciate leaving reviews as well. Also, you can contact us directly right here through the podcast and go from there. I will have on the About page, I will also have our individual emails when we do our profiles. So everybody will have, I have sitrep6 at the sitreppodcast.com. Jim has one as well. I think his is Ariskany at the sitreppodcast.com. I got to get his set up. So you guys can email us directly. My goal at some point is to have a members only page. And the members only page is going to be where you can go in, and if there's a really amazing map that Jim creates and he's willing to share it, we put it in the members only thing to share it so people can print them or play them in Excel, whatever the case may be. So all that hard work that guys have been doing behind the scenes, we want to put it in a members area to kind of reward those people who have been members of this. Now, what does membership cost? I don't know. I have no idea what we would do with that if we even charge for it. It may be just you sign up, and I don't know. It's stuff we got to talk about, right? But as you can see, we're to the point now where things have become like real world official, and we need to, up our game, shall we say. Which leads me to another project I've been doing. So I did the website. I did the store, the supply room. So as you noticed, I painted a 10 millimeter Plastic Soldier Company Chieftain from the Battle Group Northeg. So what I have actually done is I've completely finished the initial British Starter Army. I'm almost finished with this. Oops, sorry. Hey, get back here. Soviet Starter Army. And here's one of the chieftains, if you can see that. I painted up, ready to go, because I plan on putting it into my Butter Bar to 4-star campaign. So look for videos coming up of Battle Group Northag. I'm hoping to finish up and record the first game this weekend for a video later on. So thank you, Chris, on the comment about Northag. I tell you what, I like those micro scales, man. You can paint them up and get them to play tabletop standard really quick. If you want to spend a ton of time on them, you make them look even better, you can do that. So I've got my pineapple juice and coconut rum here. We had stone crab claws for dinner and rice. And the crab claws were about almost as big as my hand. I got colossals. They were a little bit too much, actually. But, it's not seasoned yet, so we had frozen ones. It says, Warblebite says, if you're using 10 millimeter tanks, you need a carrying case. Oh, we got plenty of 10 carrying stuff around here. And Chris says, 10 millimeters is my new favorite. I love micro scales. I really do. Jim says, time to blow up some Russian armor. So be on the lookout for some Battle Group. Silly camera. Doing that. All right. So also, let's talk about supporting some of our fellow people. One of the big things is Chris from Walkabout Games. You see him commenting. Him and his son have their own company, and I want to make sure I get it right. modernmini3d.com. And they're going to be a official sponsor of the SITREP podcast. So we're going to create an ad for them and get them, some exposure time on our pages and on our videos because they're a good company, great guys. Anytime we can help a company grow, and it's a son, it's a father-son venture. They started out with a couple 3D printers. Chris and I we go back years about 3D printing. I can't remember how long ago we started talking 3D print. I did an article or a video for Beast of War way back when about 3D printing. So he's grown it into an insane business now. He's totally passed me by several times. I thought I was crazy with multiple printers, but he's made a printer farm now. So if you're looking for some really good 3D miniatures, he's got modern stuff, and I know you're doing also I believe you got licensed to do World War II stuff as well. He's printing all kinds of stuff, so we'll get that there, but make sure you get that link if you're looking for really good miniatures. Reach out to him, and we're very happy to support them and help them out. And Chris is one of the original founders of the SITREP podcast. It was him and I the very first year, and he's growing and busy. And so Chris has got Ancients, World War IIs, and Modern. So if you're looking for it, so Ancients, are we talking Saga Ancients? That would be cool. Everybody likes a little game of Saga. Vorpalbite says new cartel stuff went up. Let's see. Vorpalbite says I bought 10 millimeter nuclear mushroom clouds. Good gravy. So, yeah, Chris, can you throw up your website link there in the chat so people can get that? All right, I'm going to turn off the screen for a little bit here and come back to me. All right, hey, how are you? Okay, so Sunday gaming. You will start seeing in our blog page that, I'll be promoting Jim stuff there. And like I said, we're opening it up for Jim to, talk about some stuff there as well. We have a hardcore group of people that play with Jim, but they have lives too, so they can't be on every Sunday. It's amazing that Jim can do a game just about every Sunday. We really would like to see other people, other members of the community, join him in a game. If there's something that you're interested in playing that he doesn't have already done, reach out to him. You've got contact information now, and suggest a game that you're interested in. And if it's something that he can, possibly work on to put together, it's done virtually, so you can be anywhere in the world. Jim has played with people. I mean, Andrew's in Ireland or England? Ireland, right? He's in England. Is it England or Ireland? Help me, Jim. I can't remember where Andrew is. I know. Yeah. So, but he's Australia, the UK, Asia, US, obviously, everywhere. So, we can make it work. So if there's something you're interested in, he's even done virtual miniature gaming. What I mean by that, if you look at our video from Contact Front, we did that with virtual miniatures. If you look at anything in skirmish SITREP, skirmish SITREP. I always get the words reversed. A lot of that is done in virtual or miniaturing. Why am I having so much trouble? The Transit game for 13 days to 13 hours. So a lot of that can be done virtually these days. And, with everything going on in the world, that's a way to do things, right? So if you're interested, make sure you reach out to us, and, we can work that. Jim and I still have to do a game of Battle Group. Eventually we'll get to that. It's going to take some work to get that done, but we'll get there. But I wanted to talk now to answer some questions that I've received from people related to Butterbar to 4 stars. So, we did initial creation of the campaign rules a few weeks back with Marty and Jim and I. And there you go. Contact Front, SITREP, Skirmish, Battle Cry. I forgot about Battle Carry Sabo. I just played that the other weekend. Air War C-21, Naval Commander, all mini games we do virtually. I play miniature games to show off. Can't get the same satisfaction. I agree with you, Vorpal Bite, but sometimes it's just not practical. Especially in these days. So we find alternatives. That's what the SITREP podcast is about. We're here to create alternatives to keep you playing. We talked about this on the podcast the other day. We found out that our real purpose in our podcast is not so much gaming, historical war gaming with an emphasis on modern. It's creating games. If you look at the stuff we have done and the stuff that Jim is able to create rules for, that we design games for, I mean, think about it. SITREP Skirmish is an original. Battle Carry Sabo is an original. Yes, it may take aspects of other game systems and we mash it together to create our own game that fits us. It's like the recipe thing. So we provide you guys with options to play. With the last 18 or so months have made it very difficult to play in person. So we've come up with alternatives and, gives you guys a chance to play. Let's see. Chris says Battle Group, my all-time favorite rule set. I haven't had a chance to play it fully yet, so I'm hoping so. Vorpalbite says, the SITREP is the only thing keeping me clinging to wargaming hobby. Well, thank you, Vorpalbite, for those kind words. We are happy to be here, and, things like that is what keeps us going. Jim has said we gamed with folks in the continental U.S., Puerto Rico, Ireland, UK, Germany, Australia, China, and Canada. So, global. global. Um, so yeah. Um, so back to some questions. So one of the questions I got was, I don't play miniature war games. I do strategy war games, tactical war games via a board game ish. Can I still participate in the Butter Bar to 4-star? Of course you can. We don't expect everybody to run out and buy miniatures. If we had like if we had huge corporate sponsorship where we could put a package together and say, hey, there's this package, you play this, here's the set of rules, here's the campaigns, and there's these big prizes, then that'd be a different thing. But this is just a bunch of people who enjoy playing games with a historical emphasis and, play a game, right? So, of course, you just have to follow the basic premise of the game, that you're starting out as a squad platoon leader, moving all the way up to a 4-star general in roughly 35 years. 35 years, 40 years, within that reasonable amount of time. So how are you, what campaigns are you going to do, what, conflicts, etc. So basically, when we get ready to kick off, we just want an outline. Your present us with your outline. This is what I'm going to do for this rank. This is what I'm going to do for this rank. And then submit that. And then we start, right? So Vorpalbite says, there's always time to become a miniature player. I don't disagree with you, but I'll be honest with you. Some people just don't have the time or the energy to sit down and assemble miniatures or paint them. And I know you get yours pre-painted. That's another option as well. Or they just don't have the storage space. I got the hiccups now all of a sudden. So for them, to pull out a box, if I had one lamp. So let's say this is a war game. They can pull it out, put it on the table, play their game, come with the results, and put it away. Excuse me. All right. So the whole idea is that we're not here to tell people, no, you cannot participate, you cannot game. I mean, that goes against everything that we as a team believe in, is that we want as many people enjoying and sharing in the hobby of military wargaming. The SITREP podcast is a military wargame, a modern wargaming entity. Yes, it has an emphasis on miniatures because miniatures look cool. We all, the initial people come from the miniatures industry, right? You have Chris, who used to be a game store owner who creates miniatures. He used to cast his own miniatures. He actually showed off his molds. He was talking about getting his spin casters out and restarting up some metal minis. He's doing his 3D printing minis now. So he's still in the manufacturing process. You have Jim and I, who come from the journalistic side of the wargaming industry, right? So that's how I got my big break in this, being with Beast of War and covering conventions and writing articles and rubbing elbows with the who's who of the miniature wargaming world, gaming world. So to tell somebody, no, I'm sorry, you can't participate in our campaign because you don't have miniatures, I don't think is right. So we're opening it up to everybody. So yes, if you are a board gamer, as long as it meets the criteria that we set, welcome. Then I had another one message me and go, hey, I don't have a lot of minis. I don't have a lot of money to invest in miniatures. I have, his examples, I'm a 40K player. Now, before the comments blow up, let's remember, there are people who enjoy playing Warhammer 40K. My brother being one of those. A lot of people started in Warhammer 40K and then moved on to historical wargaming. So let's not bash them, okay? We welcome everybody. But he goes, I don't have a lot of resources to war game, in historical, but I do a lot of PC wargaming. Can I do PC war games and still participate? That one I had to think about a while. Is there different between playing, a virtual game on a board or Jim's games? It's virtual. There's no AI component. It is human to human, right? When you get into some of these war games, it is simulation, right? So simulation, and you go from there. However, there are some really good strategic and tactical real world war games out there. I showed off, where is it? Combat Mission, Shock Force 2. That's the one where I got my butt blasted with the tanks. You can do those. One of the best, in my opinion, one of the best things to do if you're going to play war games in a PC environment is close combat. The old Microsoft games. I think Matrix or Slytherin has them now. You can do company size, platoon size, all the way up to battalion or bigger. They have the Battle of Kursk, if I'm not mistaken. Let me pull up my drive here and see. I don't remember where I put it. I do have close combat and all the stuff. I just don't remember where I put it, to be honest with you. Oh, close combat, modern tactics. So I have the modern tactics version. I have the classic. I have A Bridge Too Far, Battle of Arnhem, which I think is the best version. There is the Battle of Kursk. So if you want the big, huge tank battle, there is an edition of close combat for that. Some other ones people said Steel Panthers. I have not played that, but I hear it's pretty good. But I guess there may be some issues with it running. Another excellent game, if you want to go back a little bit further, is Jim mentioned a Civil War game, Civil War Battlefield. And where's all my games? I got to redo my computer. I got so much stuff. I'm losing half of my stuff. But you could do, where is it? Where is it? I had everything organized. Sort by name. Okay. All right. Games collection. There we go. All right. So, Ultimate General Civil War. That's the one I did the Battle of Gettysburg with. Really good. Obviously you're talking grand scale. So if you're looking to be that general, you've got that. There's War Game Air Lane Battle. So if you're looking for another modern stuff, you can do that. Somebody asked about World of Tanks. Hell no. Okay? Let's put that out there. World of Tanks and World of Ships or Warships or whatever that stuff is nowhere near a war game. It is literally a reskin of Close Combat, Medal of Honor, where you're running around trying to shoot people, and it's who can be it's last man standing on a battlefield. So no World of Tanks, no World of Warships, or any of that bull. Those do not count. I'm trying to see what else. So those are probably the biggest ones. Like I said, Close Combat, Modern Tactics, or the whole classics. You just have to present it to us. We're going to be the final deciding factor if it fits in the criteria. Because my plan is, to get prize support, and we want to be able to reward those people who do an outstanding job. We've talked about this, not only based upon how they progress, but how they present their campaigns. Do they write up amazing battle reports? Do they do an awesome video? Whatever the case may be, we want to recognize people's participation. Let's see, catching up some topics. It used to be free download on CNET. I don't know what CNET is. Sorry. Chris says, LOL to World of Tanks. Jim says, oh, we're talking strictly Butterbar to 4-star. Yes, Steel Panther's main battle tank is awesome. It would cover 45 to 20. There you go. Jim says, yes, World of Tanks, COD, etc., not Wargames. Hell no. So, again, you could use those games. Somebody asked about Arma 3, because I'm an Arma 3 player. I do enjoy Arma 3. If it's done correctly, if you're just doing it as a shoot 'em, run around, shoot 'em up like Call of Duty or something, then no. Because you can do actual tactical, strategic planning and missions within. That's going to take a lot of work. I'm going to tell you right now. Doing that kind of stuff in Arma 3 is a lot of work. You see me fly helicopters and crash them. But, that one, that's a lot of work. DCS Steam World, no. DCS, while it's an amazing flight simulator, it's not going to fit the criteria. It has to be platoon to company to battalion / brigade. What did we say? Brigade up to Army, Corps, all that stuff, right? So it has to meet the criteria of where a person at a certain rank would be and what type of unit size they're commanding or overseeing. So if you're a computer war gamer, as long as it meets the criteria of an actual strategic tactical war game, yes. Okay. But if you're just looking for something to run around and say, hey, I won 5 games in COD, no. Sorry, ain't going to happen. I don't care if it's the World War II based Band of Brothers BS. Okay. But the real thing is we want to try and get you guys, if you're not already, playing, some miniature based games, right? Get yourself a North Hag. I think this is like $30 right now, $40 for a starter army. And you get yourself some cool tanks. I paint them up. Doesn't take long. I painted the whole British starter army in a couple hours. You just get the right colors, right paints. It's not super detailed, and the Soviet army is even easier, to be honest with you. You're painting them Soviet green, and you're giving them a wash. You can do some highlights. You can throw some mud on them if you want to do some little color, and you're putting them on the table, right? We're talking 80s era military, so there wasn't a lot of camouflage crap going around on armor. Soviet tanks back then were green. Really were just green. So, just look at that. We want to get this started. To be honest with you, we're probably going to start it around the 1st of the new year, because that gives people time to get Christmas cool stuff and start thinking about it, or get Christmas money and buy cool stuff and go from there. So it's one of those things. We want you all to participate. Again, check out the new website. We would appreciate it. It helps us in many ways. I'm going to bring it back up real quick. So here's our new website. So make sure you check out our website. Remember, the website address is www.thesitrep.podcast.com. You got to make sure to put in the, and you can go from there. And guys, make sure you check out Chris's and his son's store. And support them. I can't say enough about. We've reviewed some of the minis that he's printed that Marty and I painted up on a Saturday Night Live show. So be on the lookout for another Saturday Night Live episode, probably in a few weeks, in October, early October, when we can do that. So yeah, we want you guys to make sure, you know, you join us for that. Again, this is participation. I know this is not the most exciting hobby night on a Wednesday night, but sometimes you just got to catch up and get people aware of what's going on in a visual aspect versus just telling you over the podcast. So I really wanted to show off the website tonight, and I'm rather proud of it, to be honest with you. I think it really gives us an air of professionalism. Um, I'm going to offer Chris and his son a page on the podcast to promote the minis. It's the least I can do for all the support he gave me, especially when we first started. Um, and we'll get some stuff there as well. And Alex is more than welcome. I think it's an amazing job. Again, if you guys know any manufacturers, game designers, whatever, direct him towards our register as a guest page. Have him fill that out. That'll send it to us, and we'll contact him and say, hey, we'd be interested in that as much. So just catching up with some comments. Vorpal Byte says, how much does a tank platoon of CNC or GHQ cost these days? GHQ is not cheap. It's not, I shouldn't say cheap. It's not inexpensive. It's pretty costly. I was when we were covering Little Wars in the spring, there was a retailer that had a ton of GHQ stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna buy it, and I'm like, man, that's I can get a whole starter army, for a lot cheaper than you can buy a few stuff. I mean, GHQ stuff, I'm not taking anything away from it, is really nice stuff, and if you're into micro scale, yeah. So, what do we have in the future? Well, as I've hinted previously, I'm going to close out this show with our look towards the future. So again, in February, we are trying to shoot for Dead President's Weekend. That would be our second attempt at a wargaming weekend. I know it's already, I'm hoping to start putting some stuff together. I've been kind of holding off on putting, details out there because of stupid COVID, right? And I just didn't want to start putting stuff out there again and COVID smack us in the ass again. And so, but I really want to get the team together, get Jim up from the Fort Lauderdale, which is kind of funny when you think about it, because it would be February in Chicagoland, and talk about a shock to your system, right? Get Superstar Jen to come up as well, because she's always good for a laugh or two. And, we can get some awesome gaming on the table and have other people, we can do some hobbying, and it's not like a themed weekend like some other places do, like we used to do at Beast of War, where you buy a starter army as part of your admission package, and that's all you do all weekend is play that, which is cool if it's something big. But we thought about, we want to have some World War II table, we want to have a modern table, we want to have I want to see Rorik's Drift or Ishlay and Wanda, obviously in 6 mil or less, something like that, or the Alamo. I have the Alamo. I have the Rorik's Drift. Go figure. Get those up, and so people can game. I'm looking for a group of about 16 people max. 12 to 16. Ideally, so we can hang out and it's not too crowded and people can have a good time. So yeah, it's just. That's what we're looking for in February. I'm talking about possibly doing a hobby weekend at some point. Again, it just depends. We have our Butter Bar to 4 stars. And I'd like to see some other events, convention coverage. This year we're not covering anything else. They canceled Autumn Wars. Historicon, I think, was it last weekend or this weekend? One of the two. Obviously, we're not going. Gen Con was just, things are so screwed up. I want to see what next year brings. So, let's see. Vorpal Byte says, I play 60 millimeter miniatures. That is a 1/30th scale. My tanks are 12 inches long, 6 inches wide, and 3 pounds of solid pewter, just like the micro armor piece only. How do you carry those around? 3 pounds per tank? I mean, seriously. And 12 inches long, I mean, how do you put it on a table? It can't move. You think about a 4x6, 4x8 table. So it's interesting. I'd like to see some pictures of that. So very cool. Guys, I want to thank you all for joining us tonight on this studio update. Please make sure you check out our webpage, thesitreppodcast.com. Make sure you check out the supply room um, right here. We would appreciate your support there. Even if you're unable to financially support us by buying merch, if you just go to our YouTube channel and like and subscribe to everything, if you already have subscriber, if you just like our things, it helps a lot. If you tell people in your gaming groups, it helps a lot. If you're a member of multiple gaming groups on Facebook pages or Discord, share our information, especially when we do like a podcast when the new episodes come out. If you share it to the different wargaming pages, I try to do that. I know Chris tries to do that. It helps a lot because we gain more people. It helps us because if the more people we get, the more self-sufficient we become. And we really appreciate it. So, guys, thank you very much for joining me tonight. I can't thank you all enough for your continued support. I want to say thank you to Chris and to Jim and to everybody who joined us tonight. And for those who will be watching this later, thank you very much. We will see you on Saturday with the next episode of the SITREP podcast. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.